All right, let's dive right in. We're talking about a financial milestone that is, well, it's so big it's almost hard to wrap your head around. It's in a category all by itself.
Just look at that. $500 billion. That's a 5 with 11 zeros after it. A number so huge, it doesn't even feel real, right? It's like something out of a sci-fi movie.
And this isn't just about breaking another record. This is a first. Forbes' real-time tracker clocked it on October 1st, 2025. Elon Musk became the first person in history to hit a fortune this massive. We're talking completely uncharted territory here. So the big question is, how on earth does someone even get to a number like that? Well, it's not just one thing. For Musk, it's basically a trifecta, a powerful mix of three powerhouse companies. And this chart breaks it down perfectly. You can see the biggest piece of the pie is, no surprise, Tesla. Then you've got the massive value of his private space company, SpaceX. And then there's the new kid on the block, xAI, which is growing like crazy and has become a huge part of the story. Okay, let's start with the bedrock of his fortune, Tesla. The company's market cap blew past $1 trillion. His stake in the company that basically turned the auto industry on its head is still the main pillar of his wealth. It's the engine that really powered this whole thing. Next up, engine number 2, SpaceX. Now, this one's a little different because it's a private company, right? So you can't just look at a stock price. But a tender offer back in August of 2025 valued it at a mind-blowing $400 billion. And that makes sense, given its complete dominance in the commercial space race. And then you've got the wild card, xAI. After it merged with X back in March, his 53% stake is now worth an estimated $60 billion. In the world of AI, where everything is just white hot right now, this part of his portfolio has just gone nuclear. Its value has absolutely skyrocketed. But here's the thing. Getting to that $500 billion mark, it wasn't a straight line up. Not even close. In fact, 2025 was an insane roller coaster, including one of the biggest financial nosedives we've ever seen for one person. This timeline really tells the story. At the start of the year, his net worth just cratered, down by a staggering $126 billion. Unbelievable. But then the comeback. The xAI merger in March was a huge shot in the arm. The SpaceX revaluation in August was like strapping on rocket boosters. And by October 1st, bam, he'd clawed it all back and then some, hitting that historic peak. So a quick side note here. When you're dealing with numbers this massive, the exact figure can be a little fuzzy. While Forbes is the one that called the $500 billion milestone, you'll see slightly different numbers depending on where you look. It really just boils down to how they do the math. You see, Forbes had him at $500 billion, but at the same time, the Bloomberg index had him closer to $470 billion. Why the gap? It's mostly about how they value a private company like SpaceX, which doesn't have that daily stock ticker you can just check. But look, whether it's 470 or 500 billion, it's an astronomical sum. And to really understand just how astronomical, you've got to see it next to the competition. Yeah, this chart pretty much says everything you need to know. The gap between Musk and number 2, Larry Ellison, is almost $150 billion. Think about that for a second. That gap is bigger than the entire fortune of almost every other billionaire on the planet. He's not just in the lead, he's playing a different sport entirely. And that really brings us to the final, bigger picture. A number like this isn't just about personal wealth, right? It's about global power and influence on a scale we've never seen before. So we'll leave you with this to chew on. When a single person's fortune is as big as the economy of an entire country, what does that actually mean for the rest of us?